Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Sorry, I got to get myself in position here so I'm able to talk. Hope everybody's had a great Tuesday. Getting ready for Hump Day, and then getting ready for a good football weekend. So tonight, I came up with an interesting topic. I want to talk about why Trump's going to win re-election. Now, when Trump first announced that he was going to run back in with the escalator ride, I said that day, I said, this guy's going to win. And everybody laughed at me and said, that's crazy. I said, look, this guy's a rock star. I said, the Trump name's been around ever since I was a kid. I said, this guy's a rock star. And he proved it on the campaign trail. I mean, he took down 16 candidates, and, if you counting the Republicans, and then Hillary and Stein and Johnson, and how many of them? They took down, 20 candidates? And the day he announced that he was going to run, everybody laughed at me. And I remember the day I left work, this girl goes, he's going to win tonight, right? And I said, I've never been more confident of victory in my life. And when the numbers started coming in, I was never worried. One of my friends kept texting me, and I was kind of his calm, cool hand during the race, like when New York was reporting. I was like, dude, just calm down. I was like, look at the key states: New York, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Pennsylvania. I felt sure that he was going to carry Michigan and Pennsylvania just because of the populist message that he had on trade. Wisconsin, I didn't see coming. I'll admit that one. But I did think he would carry Virginia, which he almost did. But I didn't see Wisconsin coming because a Republican had not carried that state since Ronald Reagan in 1984. I mean, this is a state that voted for Michael Dukakis. That's true. I think the last time it was close was 2000. I mean, Paul Ryan couldn't even deliver the state to Mitt Romney when he was the vice presidential nominee in 2012. It'd be like a Republican carrying, a Democrat carrying the state of Alabama. It's just something there that's unheard of. I mean, that was a shock. But anyway, so Trump went on and he won. I mean, I was one of, not many people seen it coming. I thought it was a no-brainer, personally. I mean, the message that he appealed to, his populist message was so strong with blue-collar workers. And, I'll admit, I drank the Kool-Aid. I voted for Trump. Anyway, sorry, I got off topic there a little bit. But anyway, the reason is that he's going to win re-election. All right, remember during the whole primary general election campaign, his approval ratings were only at around 36%. Okay? And that's what they've stayed today. Now, people, they underestimate Trump so much. They don't realize what a calculated man he is. He knows exactly what he's doing when he says this outlandish stuff. He's firing up his base. And the reason, you think about it, Trump's been seen as this anti-right guy now. He's anti-gay, he's pro-abortion, he's Christian right values. This guy made his money in casinos, was head of the Miss Universe contest. He's been married 3 times. So when he makes these things that he says he was going to do, he's very calculated in it. Because, like the ban on Muslims, he signed an executive order that he knew that was going to be struck down in federal court. All right, so it was a promise that he made and a promise he kept. He knew it'd be struck down. And what happened? It got struck down in federal court. So then he has the wall with Mexico. He's going to get appropriated funding for it, and Mexico's going to pay for it. Well, what people fail to realize is we already pretty much have a wall between us and Mexico. And if you build a wall that's 10 feet high, 20 feet high, whatever, people are still going to find a way to get over it. But he got Congress to appropriate $1.6 billion for a wall, which is going to put up just nothing. Okay, so again, very calculated, because he knew Mexico's not going to pay for it. American taxpayers aren't going to pay for it. but he got appropriated for a wall, so that's another promise that's kept. So now people are freaking out because he's gonna allow employers to fire somebody based on their sexuality, which is going to be challenged in federal court. And when it's challenged in federal court, it's going to be struck down as unconstitutional. So, and that wasn't one of his, the signatures of his campaigns. He's doing anybody who thinks that Trump, who made his buddy, like I said, who made Buddy Casinos have the universe pageant, cares about abortion, or cares about if somebody's gay or not, is kidding themselves. I mean, this guy even said a long time ago he lined up more with the Democrats. He was actually a registered Democrat in the state of New York up until 1988. I think he switched to an independent, and then it was back to, there was like, maybe it was Republican for a while. Then I know it was Reform Party in like 2000 because he was thinking about running for 2000. Then I think he was a Democrat again until 2008, or maybe it was 2012. And it's one of those times he switched his affiliation. But anyway, I mean, the guy is not this Christian conservative. What he's doing is he's throwing red meat to his base. Because, and then that's what I was getting back to, the 36%. During the race with Hillary, I mean, he's always 36, 38, 40% approval ratings, but he's always neck and neck in the polls with her. And consider that only half the people voted in this country. When you look at how many people, what percentage Trump won by, he only won with 19% of the eligible voters in this country. So that's all he needs is his base. He doesn't have to, expand out. That's the only thing he's got to do is throw red meat to these guys, and he can say, "Hey, look, I did everything I promised I was going to do, and they struck it down, or Congress didn't pass it." And that's why, I mean, if I was, him, I'd really go after some of these guys. Hey, you're not passing my stuff. But anyway, that's neither nor here nor there. But I guess, I mean, the point I'm trying to make is this guy does not believe any of this stuff. He doesn't care. He's a power-hungry individual who wants to stay in power. And the whole race, every time that he said something outlandish or crazy, instead of apologizing like most people would, and it would have sunk their campaign, what did Trump do? He would double down. And when he did that, he would just fire up that rabid base even more and more and more when he would double down. Like with the Billy Bush tapes. I mean, people would come out, make this be a culprit, all this right here. No, he doubled down and clipped Hillary Clinton's wings in the debates by having Paula Jones and all the other people President Clinton had supposedly slept with. So they really couldn't bring up his comments. And like he said, they was comments, not words. So the man is very calculated. He knows what he's got to do in 2020. And as long as he plays to this base, and he has a rabid base. I mean, this guy, there's a, we've had popular presidents, okay? Reagan was extremely popular. Clinton, Obama. In my lifetime, we had extremely popular presidents. But this guy has a cult of personality around him that nobody else in our nation's history has ever had. I mean, this guy's still doing rallies. It kind of reminds me of like a communist country, or maybe in some of the fascist states, where these leaders go around, they have these huge rallies. I mean, the guy's still, every week he's somewhere having a rally. And he doesn't like governing. I mean, anybody can see that. I mean, the guy just likes the limelight, and he likes the power. So, for one thing, and I can touch on that on another topic, there's nothing to this Russian thing. I mean, it's a witch hunt. I mean, there's nothing to it. I mean, this guy, the Russians did hack. All right, I'm not even going to get into the Russian thing, sorry. But there's nothing to that. And a Republican Congress is not going to impeach him, okay? So you can forget about that. Two, the guy's not going to resign. Even if it came down to impeachment and a vote in the Senate, the guy still wouldn't resign. I mean, whatever you want to say about him, the guy is a fighter. And he's not going to, how many times has he bankrupted a company and came back with another idea. So the guy's not going to step down. I guess maybe he might say it because he'll be after he's reelected in 2020, he'll turn 75 that summer. So I'm not sure if he really wants to do it. But so that would be the only way that Trump would not go back in for a second term, is if he chooses not to run. Because the second point I'd like to make is, not only does he only need his base, who's going to beat him? I mean, Hillary Clinton was the anointed one. I mean, she was the chosen queen. I mean, she was deemed unbeatable. The Democratic nomination was handed to her on a platter. And, and she ran one of the worst campaigns ever. So if she couldn't beat him, and the Republicans supposedly had the best candidate fields they'd ever had, lined up, and he took all 16 of those guys down. Who's going to beat him next time? Elizabeth Warren? I don't think so. Joe Biden? Joe Biden's 70. He'll be 78 years old. I know Trump will be up there too, but Biden can't beat him. Bernie Sanders, a 79-year-old communist, is going to win. It's much easier to get elected as far from the right. It's much easier to get elected as a right wing than it is for the left. So, who's going to beat Trump? Name me one candidate. Unless there's a Bill Clinton type in 92 or a Barack Obama type candidate in 2008 just to come out of nowhere and win. There's nobody going to beat the guy. So for all the anti-Trump people, I guess my message is, and I don't know, there's a lot more out there than there is. Personally, I love the guy. Watching this guy gives me I've had some of the most comic relief I've ever had in my life. This guy goes off the cuff. It's hilarious. Sorry, got off topic there again about him. But anyway, what I say is, there's nobody out there, that can beat this guy. And like I said, all he needs is base, and who's going to beat him? I don't see any candidate out there that can come out of nowhere and beat the guy. And there's not going to be a challenge from John Kasich. You can forget about that. I guess the only thing you could probably see was maybe some kind of third-party candidate like a Bloomberg. Of course, Bloomberg would be getting there pretty, too. I think he'd be close to 77. But I don't really see that. A third-party candidate. So, but anyway, what I was going to say, for all you anti-Trump people that don't like him, I know there's a lot out there, just relax. It's going to be okay. He's really not out there to get you to take away your rights. He's just throwing red meat to the base. Look at what's going on right now. Our economy's our stock market's at an all-time high. We're at full employment. There was something else, some other stat too that was really great. The amount of jobs being created every month. I think right now he promised he'd create 25 million jobs, and right now the economy's on track to create those 25 million jobs. Of course, that could happen anytime. But anyway, for all you anti-Trump people, relax. It's not that bad. The next 7 years will fly by, I promise you. Your rights are not going to be taken away from you. He's a very calculated man. All he's doing is playing to the base to get reelected, and everything's going to be okay, I promise you. He's not going to run it in the ground. He's not going to wreck the ship. Even though everybody thinks he is. But just relax. Go about your normal days. Stay safe. And I don't know, and enjoy it. Because life's too short. We saw it happen the other night out there. That tragic event. Sorry, don't mean to get off track again, but I had a video about that, and it's awful. May God be with all those people's family. But like I said, guys, just relax. It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. You're not going to lose anything. Nothing's going to change. Nobody's going to be deported. I mean, the whole DACA thing, I mean, you see how he's beating around the bush with it all the time. And in fact, that was an executive order that Obama had issued that so many attorney generals were going to sue that they said was going to be struck down in federal court anyway. So even if he goes through with it, and I'm not even debating about DACA. I mean, I'm not going to get into that. I don't really touch on stuff like that in these posts. But anyway, guys, all I want to say is those were the reasons why Trump is going to win re-election in 2020. And don't be shocked when he does, because you heard it here first. Good night. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.